All right, now we're going to get into some lifting magnets, specifically the Safe Hold line of lifting magnets. So why don't you talk to us a little bit about this and any other variations that you might have too?
Yeah. This is a Safe Hold lift magnet, as James pointed out. And what this is designed to do is to connect to a hoist, crane, a jib, whatever you have there. And it's designed to assist, well, I'll just say a burn table operator or somebody who's pressing large, heavy parts out of a machine itself. So you've got a north and a south and another north and a south. All it takes to operate this unit is, right now it's in the off position, so if these phone books were metal, it wouldn't pick anything up. But we flip it over to here, lock it in, we've got our safety mechanism in place there. So this thing would now be secured to the piece of ferrous or 400 stainless below it, making it very, very easy to lift that up. And one of the biggest things about this is, don't let the size fool you. This one here is good for 300 pounds itself, so it can pick up a pretty significant amount of weight given its physical size, and these are, I would say, relatively affordable pieces of equipment.
So other sizes that you have, what is the heaviest rated lifting magnet that you have?
Yeah, right now it's 7,500 pounds on a single unit.
Wow, 7,500.
So that's significant weight there, and you got to figure that weight is including a big safety factor in there too. 7,500 pounds on a single circuit. A good fabrication shop can make their own spreader beam, and they can put multiple magnets on there.
Okay.
So if you've got the right beam and it's engineered properly, you could have 2 of those 7,500 pound magnets. You could have 3 of those 7,500 pound magnets, and now you're lifting some seriously large stuff with just 3 magnets, so to speak.
Now, is that just with the Safe Hold line, or are you getting into electromagnets that you get up to 7,500?
Yeah, so the electromagnets, we can do a lot with the electromagnet style, custom tailor circuits if we wanted to, if somebody really, really had a need for it. But for the most part, the electromagnet line that we have already pre-designed fits 99.5% of existing applications, right, of user needs there. So the electromagnets are nice for guys who drive fork trucks and they want to integrate the circuit to the end. They might hang the electromagnet off the end of one of the forks. They'll pick things up with it, but they also want to be able to put it down without getting out of the fork truck. So the electromagnet kind of gives that advantage.
Okay. But the Safe Hold does 300 pounds up to 7,500.
That's correct.
We have a variety of different weight capacities loaded into Grainger under the Safe Hold line of lifting magnets. We also have, like we were talking about, the electromagnets loaded into Grainger too, with a variety of capacities for those.
Eriez has a refurbishment and recertification program.
Oh, okay.
So some facilities are required to have their magnets checked for capacity ratings annually.
Okay.
And it might be more than annually. It could be 2 years, it could be 5 years. It doesn't matter. Eriez has the ability to repair a lot of these and then retest and certify off a pull test machine that we have where we check the breakaway strength for it. So, you buy this once and hopefully you keep it for a long time, especially some of the shops that you go into. It can be a little bit rough on equipment, so us being able to repair them, we've got plenty of spare parts in stock, things like handles, some of these safety pins and switches and whatnot on the electros. That stuff is all replaceable, so your cost of ownership over time is really dragged out, so it really reduces the initial cost over time.
I would say that's kind of an important thing to cover too, the fact that you can go out and test these to make sure that this magnet still can handle 300 pounds, because over time, the abuse factor, but also just time and it maybe wearing out, I think that's very important, because in most cases you're lifting something that's 200-300 pounds up in the air, and who knows how high up you have it. If there's somebody below it, or even if there isn't, and that thing lets go, something's dropping down, it's going to damage something, or God forbid, somebody gets injured or killed.
Yeah, and that's on the lighter side of what these magnets do. Imagine the heavier stuff, the stuff with commas in the weight.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, even worse factor when it comes to those bigger units. So that's great that you can go out and you can service and check and make sure that everything's still up to speed.
Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. Don't forget to scan the QR code down below for additional resources. We provide links to Grainger.com and Eriez products, as well as their website, social media, and other great information. So scan that QR code down below.